Hello everyone, welcome back once again to this new tarot reading. This time I wanted to do this tarot reading about a K-pop group, the Boyz. I know I actually don't know much about them. I was searching for a picture of them, and I believe they are 11 members maybe. And people have been asking me to do this. I know they are in Kingdom, in this show Kingdom. I have seen a few performances of them, and I found them really skillful, very talented. But I don't know nothing about it. So let's start with the general reading for the group. Let's make it brief, and then maybe in the future I can start doing individual readings for them, because I actually didn't know where to start with them, because there are a lot of members. I think they are a lot, and I'm trying to see the whole picture, but there are a lot of members. So I think I'm going to address the group right now and how they are doing, and the possible energies for the future, for the near future of them. So let's see. The cards that came out for them, it's the Judgment card, the Emperor, the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and a card that I took from the Oracle. It's the card that says Let It Go, so I will explain a bit later at the end. So from what I can see is that they're going through a period where they're actually they're answering the call that they have been. It's like they're answering the calling, their true calling. I think that they had been waiting for a lot for this kind of promotion, and I think that this show, I don't know if is it like I know some kind of competition, but I also sense that it's not that competitive, because I see them more like an opportunity to show themselves, that regards of the results they might get. At least for me, it's working that way, because I'm starting to get to know other groups and their dynamics, that probably if I didn't watch this show, I wouldn't know who they are. So I think that this show, it's really positive for them. It's a positive experience for all the groups involved, because somehow it's like you are like, sometimes maybe you forget that there are other groups. So it's nice that they have this show to show themselves, to show what they're about. So I think it's a great experience, whether they win or not, or end up in the first place or not. So I think that for them, it's a moment of actually showing all their power. I believe they are really hungry for keep achieving things. All the members are very energetic. They have a lot of charisma. They have a lot of passion. They have a lot of will, and probably a lot of them, or most of them, have like very distinctive personalities. So it's like an easier process for someone that doesn't know the group to actually get interested in the group, because they have this vibe, or maybe they have this kind of characters where you are like, oh yes, I remember this one member, and then the other member, is that there's something about them that is really memorable, which I think that is really good, because there are a lot of members. So they really need to bring something different, so they can keep the audience entertained. And I think that they do that I also think that somehow their popularity, like, it rised very fast, but I think that they became popular very fast, but at the same time that in the process there was like an interruption, or there was like something happened in the middle that somehow it diminished their impact, or maybe the inner strengths, or the first attempt, or the first the way they wanted to go after, the way they wanted to present themselves as a group. I think that they lost something in the way. I don't know what is it, but there's something about someone not be 100% sure if they wanted to continue or not, or being part of the group or not. I think that someone gave in to stress, or someone gave in to pressure, like so this person became like the weak link, so to say. And I think that that also made them a bit fearful about whether if other members would end up feeling the same, or if, because I believe that this is what happens. It's my perception. I am no music expert. I am not a K-pop expert, but I work with energies and I work with people. So if I will have to put up or create a group, a group that I want, for me at least, it would be important for them to connect with each other, because if they don't build this synastry, if they don't build this connection, there's no way they can work together and actually do a great performance, or being really powerful. And I think that when you have a lot of members, actually there's always someone. This can happen also if you have seven, 8 members, 6 members. It can happen anyway. But I believe that the more members there are, the more integrants they are, the more is the possibility that some of them actually would be facing hardships and actually give in to stress, or maybe give in to to rethink if they want to be part of this or not. Why? Because there are a lot of members. So yes, you have some power struggles, because there are some members that maybe, I don't know, have more lines, maybe are more exposed, maybe they are the visuals, maybe they have more time on camera, whatever it is. So there's always someone that ends up being like a backup dancer, like, so this can create some animosity, some harsh feelings between each other, like, why am I here if I don't get enough screen time, for example, or if I don't have my moment to shine. So I think that when you have a lot of energies working together, sometimes there are people that feel like they are being left behind, or maybe they feel like they are not good enough to be in the group, or to be relevant in the group. So I don't see this person actually not feeling enough because he didn't had what it takes. It's just that he felt overwhelmed by the situation, and by this maybe by, I don't know, it was too much for him, I have the feeling. But yes, like I say, this the same. I'm feeling that they are great together, but there's also this fear of, what if someone wakes up one day and it's like, I don't want to do this anymore, and suddenly leaves. So there's this inner fear that I see here with the Knight of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Swords. So I see a lot of people here. I see that, and I also I'm sorry, these people can represent managers, can represent CEOs, can represent the people that are involved in the company. But I think that it's mostly about the members. I think that there's like that this group it has like a few subunits of people that get along really well and other people that do get along really well, but they feel like they are lacking somehow, and they have fears, and at the same time maybe the the members that feel more strongly about their more confident about what they have to bring actually feel very distrustful of the others that actually don't have this much exposure or this much. It's like there's this fear, there's this fear that what if someone fails or fails the group or doesn't commit enough or doesn't put the effort or whatever. So I think that there are a lot of members, so they definitely need to work a bit about like the human side of themselves, not so much be training the body and be training the part of the physical activities. I think that they need, at least the company would need to make more reunions or more like gatherings where all the members could have like a specific moments where they could talk about their insecurities and they could talk about their biggest fears and they could talk about what they would be needing for them to face those fears instead of letting these fears to be hidden there, to be like this elephant in the room that no one talks about. I think that they need to pay close attention to the boys, especially the ones that maybe are a bit shy or are a bit of introverts. I think that this is because I don't know why, but I have the feeling that they all have different personalities, of course, but they all have different lifestyles. They all come from different backgrounds. There are people that are more open-minded because they, I don't know, maybe they are from different cultures, or maybe they had traveled in their because I know they're young, but maybe they had traveled or moved around very much, so they somehow have this kind of free spirit mentality, that they would be like, oh yes, what if I fail, or what if I don't make it in this group? I will go back to my house, or I will go back to my parents, and I will be okay. So for them, it's like it's like, oh yes, like this is a great opportunity, I will take it, but I have my life outside of this. I have my own ambitions, I have my own projects, or they have other things they want to accomplish. But there are other members that are very focused and they had to do a lot of sacrifices to be in this group. So that's why they have all this fear of losing this position. So it is part of the process of also, like, I don't know why I have the feeling that they didn't debut very long time ago. I don't know when they debuted, but I feel like they still somehow feel like strangers to me. Like some of them are really close, but some of them are like not that close. So I think they need to work on that because this actually has nothing to do with the performance. Actually, with what they show to the audience. Actually, they do work really well. But I'm talking about the human aspect of the relationship. So then we have the Page of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. So yes, I think that there are a lot of people, like I said, there are a lot of people that have like more like celebrity kind of style. There are people that have a lot of charisma and a lot of, it's like they sell themselves just by the way they are. And there are others that need a bit more of training and then a bit more of maybe building their confidence a bit more, a bit more, so they can show what they are about, so they can differentiate from the rest. Because this is what I was feeling like. There are so many members that sometimes, if you don't stand out, or if you are not, like, I don't know, a memorable face, or if you, it's like you get like you get like caught in this, like, oh yes, I know that member from the one from the left in the back, but you are like, yes, but who is this, like that. So I think that they definitely have the potential, and they have, like I said, I think that this what they're doing now, what they are working now, whether they win or not, I think that they have a lot of possibilities to succeed and to actually be gain some kind of recognition, and also that a lot of more doors will be open for them. I believe they have a lot of potentials to succeed, to be a very memorable boy group. There's something about them that is really fresh. There's something about them that is really is really different, despite that they are still in the process of discovering themselves. I believe that the human aspect here is very important. I know that this has nothing to do with the fandom. Actually, it's nothing like the fandom can fix, because I believe that if they do have a fandom, that they are very passionate about the boys, and they definitely deserve it, because I think that great things are going to come their way. But at the same time, just because I know that they are going to be receiving a lot of offers, and are going to be getting more promotion, this is why I think it's really important that they build a great connection with each other, that they build a great bond, because a group without a great emotional connection, and actually a great capacity of communicating with each other, to be able to speak up about their problems, about their insecurities, about their dreams, about what they want to achieve, to be able to just talk and also listen to the member next to you, not just listen to him because you have to do a choreography with him, so you talk to him because of you have like work to do. You talk to him because actually you care about your member and you want your member to be okay. I think that this is going to be the way where they are going to be stronger, and this fear of actually what if someone wants to go, or what if someone wants to leave, or what if someone wants to abandon us, because there's a fear of abandonment. Actually, we all human beings have this fear of abandonment, but in this group there's the sense of someone leaving. It's like an open wound, and it's really it's not. Actually, I don't think that people understand how traumatic it is for them to, when a member is gone or when a member decides to leave. It's something that actually leaves a scar in the group. Of course, that the group are taught and also are being coached to whenever they have to talk about it, or whenever someone brought it up, they would always be like, oh yes, we're grateful that we're together, yes, now we are who we are, and now we are. But actually for them, as in a human aspect, and as as this partnership, and this union that they have together, it's really hard to when a member wants to leave, or when a member is not okay, and that it has to be absent for some reason. So that's why I want you to understand that it's not that someone is going to leave, but actually this fear, because there are so many that it's not that you can just put them all together and like everyone will be speaking the same language, and I'm not talking about the same Korean language. I'm talking about the emotional language, to be able to open up and be like, yes, sometimes I'm scared, or sometimes I don't like this, or especially because they are really new, relatively they are new. So I think that they are in this process where they just want to show their best side. They want to show their attributes. They want to show their strengths. So sometimes it's like they are not in this very open and vulnerable, and let themselves be vulnerable and being like, oh yes, so I sometimes feel like I'm not good enough to be in the group, or that I think that I would need more lessons because I don't think I am keeping up, or I'm struggling to keeping up with this. So I think that everyone is like in this mode. Oh yes, oh yes, we. I remember the choreography. Yes, I remember the lyrics. Yes, like everything is okay. Like everything is perfect, because they do feel the pressure of not disappointing the rest. So there's also this pressure of what the others could say if I express myself and say that I don't feel comfortable with certain things. So because there are a lot of members, like I said, there are a lot, and well, they have to work together to face this. So I'm going to leave it, guys, here. I hope that you or people that are actually fans of them, if please they can give me a feedback, because I actually don't know much about it, but I would like to learn always, because but this reading felt like I was like trying to grab someone's energy, but there were so many that it was really hard for me to actually get like a whole panorama, because there's so much energy, and they all of them have like a strong auras, like a strong personalities, or maybe they have there are a lot of them that are very sensitive. So I was grabbing someone's insecurity, and also I was grabbing someone that was like, oh yes, I feel like I'm the best, or something like that. So they have different attitudes toward this period of their lives. So of course I could be wrong, or I could like be right, I don't know. So maybe if you would like to give me some feedback, I would really appreciate it. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.